The Gilded Age, an era of wealth for the upper class and a time of widespread poverty for the common American. The name, coined by Mark Twain and Charles Warner, was meant to describe the financial positions of the American social classes during the late 19th century. Like a gilded object which masks an object in a sheet of gold, the society was dominated by a wealthy upper class which masked the corruption and a widespread poverty of the general population. For example, this was the era of rags to riches. With the help of authors such as Horatio Alger and the success stories of John D. Rockefeller and Andrew Carnegie, many Americans and immigrants believed that poor people could become vastly rich. This, however, was not the case. In actuality, most millionaires had not been raised in poverty like these novelists claimed. They had been raised in an upper-class family and had attended college. Plus, most of these men started their careers with financial or family connections. For example, John D. Rockefeller was born to one of the wealthiest men in the world. The only exception to this rule was Andrew Carnegie, who actually went from dirt poor to rich. These myths caused an influx in immigration, and immigrants believed they too could become immensely rich. After coming to America, these immigrants supported organizations called political machines, which controlled the government. These unofficial corporations influenced the vote enough to control the local government. While they often initiated the creation of many beneficial buildings such as parks and orphanages, their internal bodies were corrupt, accepting bribes to effect certain government actions. One of the largest and most famous political machines was Tammany Hall in New York. The head Democrat, William Maynard Tweed, controlled most, if not all, of the New York City government at one point. First elected an alderman in 1851, he became a congressman the following year. After gaining control of the Democrat Party, Tweed's candidates were elected mayor of New York City, government, and speaker of the state assembly. Nicknamed Boss Tweed, he stole $30 million and $200 million from the city. However, the public did not know this. Thus, from the outside, Tammany Hall looked like an honest and helpful organization. But in fact, its internal body was corrupt. Eventually, reform groups were created to oppose political machines. As more honest politicians were elected, the government once again became trusted. Overall, the late 19th century Gilded Age was a period of great financial discrepancy between the social classes and showcased the rise in political machines. The end.